Bilt Hamber Auto Foam's got probably the best reputation of all the snow foams on the market, but using it for the first time can be a little bit daunting for some. Unlike other snow foams which suggest using the detergent neat or mixing it 50-50 for example with water, Bilt Hamber talk about PIR percentages. As you can see here, PIR stands for panel impact ratio. Now this means basically what percentage of the foam that's actually hitting the car is detergent. And as every pressure washer and foam cannon is different, you need to work out the optimum mix ratio for your equipment. And that's the whole point of this video, to show you how you can conduct a simple test to get the correct mix ratio for your equipment. To do this, I'm going to be using a Karcher K4 full control electric pressure washer and an MJJC Pro snow foam cannon. You'll also need a measuring jug and a large container to catch the fluid which comes out the snow foam cannon. Now this is a plastic brewing vessel. It's got a capacity of about 30 litres. As you'll see in a minute, this actually turned out to be bigger than we needed. You might actually find that a large bucket or saucepan's better than this. The first stage is to fill up the tank of the foam cannon with a measured amount of water. Now I've used 1 litre here. I'd strongly suggest you use a measuring jug for this, as they tend to be much more accurate than the graduations on the foam cannons. Make sure that the control knob on the top of the foam cannon is set at the setting you normally use, in my case full. And then you need to connect the foam cannon to your pressure washer and discharge it into your container. Now this is where using the brewing vessel was a real advantage, because I didn't get any splashing, so I didn't lose any liquid. This takes a few minutes, so I speeded things up a little bit. Basically you need to keep an eye on the level in your foam cannon, and as soon as it's empty you need to stop. You can see here I had to tip the vessels to get the last of the water out of the tank. Okay, so you can see the tank of the foam cannon is now empty, and if I take it away you can see the water level in the brewing vessel, and see it's round about 10 litres. Now obviously we want to be a bit more accurate than that. Using a large measuring jug you can then measure how much liquid you've collected. And then use it to water the plants. If you haven't got a tap, you can just simply pour the water out of the vessel into your measuring jug. Just make sure you're careful that you don't lose any. So it turned out that I'd actually got 9.8 litres of water. Now this is the total volume of liquid that actually hits the car, so if we're going to use a 4% panel impact ratio, we need to put 9,800 in there and multiply it by 0.04, and that gives us 392 millilitres. So if I want a panel impact ratio of 4%, which is recommended by Bilt Hamber, then I need to measure out 392 millilitres of auto foam detergent. I then need to top it up to a litre using cold water, and then add that to the tank of my foam cannon. This is the correct dilution ratio for my equipment. Now your equipment might be slightly different, which is why it's best to do this test yourself if you can. But I suspect most people will just use my results and say, oh, it'll be near enough. In which case, if you use roughly 400 millilitres of auto foam detergent, top it up to a litre, you're not going to be a million miles out. Now that might seem a lot of detergent, but this was easily enough to clean a Ford Fiesta and an Audi A4, and there was still this amount of liquid left afterwards. So I hope you found this useful. If you have, leave a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Big Ted's Home and Garden. We'll see you soon.